What's up, gamers? This is Adam with Grew Up Gaming, and I wanted to talk about a game that's going to have a beta coming out shortly around the first or second week of August that I'm super hyped about. And honestly, when I first heard about this game, a year or two ago, I was like, oh, great, trying to get a money grab. Let's get a cash grab on the Avengers before the train ends with the movies. And that's just not what's happening. Crystal Dynamics is developing the game. Great pedigree here, an awesome game to look forward to. And after I saw their war table video on what's coming in the beta and how things are playing out and the game's getting more fleshed out, I'm hype. I'm ready to go. Like, let's go. I'm pumped for this game. It's really what I want in a game right now. It's something I can feel, and I've got top 5 reasons I think that this game's going to be awesome, and a couple reasons I'm a little bit worried. But let's just get right into it. So yeah, if we get right into things, I think one of the first reasons that I think this game is going to be awesome, that we should all keep it on our radar, is it's not a typical movie-based game. You hear of a lot of these games in the past, video games based on superheroes, and they're based on a movie itself, like Endgame and whatnot. But this is a full-fledged, game with characters and co-op play and skills that's coming from Crystal Dynamics, like I said before. So I think reason number 1, not your typical movie-based game. Next reason, variety. There's a variety of skills for each character, game modes. It's not just a one-trick pony. You're getting a lot of different variety here. From not just your character selection. There's a decent amount of characters at launch, and then they said Hawkeye is actually coming as your first DLC. But not only are you customizing the look, but there's different skill trees for each character that really has an impactful impact on the way you play the game. It's not just a couple power-ups here and there. Each character is actually going to have ultimate abilities and things like that. So there's a lot of thought put in here. Next reason, make your hero unique. So I was a little bit worried about this at first. Does everybody want to just keep picking the same characters, Thor, Iron Man, what have you? Not only are we getting a variety of heroes, but there's a lot of cool skins and different ways to make your hero feel unique. So if you're playing with your buddies and stuff, they can kind of see who's who and really make it your own. Next reason, you can play solo or with friends. I was worried that this was going to be a co-op heavy game, and for those solo gamers out there and myself, if I'm a little tired and none of my friends are around, is this going to be an enjoyable solo experience? And they did say that if you go in and you fill some of the game modes with bots and stuff, they're your actual characters at their level with their skills. They'll be leveling up as you play, which is awesome. And there's a variety of content between the war zones and other modes that'll really, keep you engaged even if you're playing by yourself. And the next reason and final reason to get hyped is the actual story. They're not just copy and pasting Endgame or whatever's been going on in the movies. This is going to have an actual story, and each character is going to have their own little story to venture through, and it's going to be all based around one game story in general, but you're going to have a variety there that you're going to be able to see through these characters. And between the co-op experiences that I think would be amazing, who doesn't want a Hulk smash while their friend is shooting Iron Man laser beams off Captain America's shield? There's a lot of cool things to go on here. And with Kamala Khan in here, I think they're gonna throw some curveballs and maybe bring in some characters you wouldn't think of. And you can speculate, with DLC, is Spider-Man coming? Some of the other big names, what can they pull off? I don't know, with the Fox and Marvel rights, can you get a Wolverine in here? I'm not sure, but how cool would that be? That'd be so cool. And this game is just hyping me up. It kind of hit me out of nowhere. I put on the war table video, and everything they were saying was just hitting the right notes with me. There are a couple things that have my reservations. First one would be, how are they going to go with microtransactions? They did confirm that, between Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, there will be a lot of free content, but we've heard that before. And how far is that going to go? I'm fine with paying a couple dollars here and there to make, put Hulk in a mafia suit. That's cool, but just don't put it in the game where it's going to be affecting the power of your players or it becomes pay to win. That's always a scary fine line for me. And the second reason I have a couple reservations is just live service games in general tend to go through a lot of bumps in the road at first. You know, I'm a big Destiny player. I played a lot of the Division as well. And they tend to have hiccups in the beginning, and then you find out whether or not it's going to hit its stride. You know, they're hard to develop for. The player base can be very demanding. You know, how fast can they patch the game? You know, Destiny has had its issues where it'll go on a 2 or 3 month stretch that had a bad patch, and it takes them 2 or 3 months to patch things up and get things where they want it to be, or fix, you know, a mess of a bug that came into the game and one weapon's overpowered for 3 months. So it's tough with live service, it really is. But overall, I'm very positive on this game, and I think it's really going to end up being one of those, you know, kind of gems in the rough. And I think, you know, I've seen a lot of people out there in the gaming, you know, news industry that are starting to get hyped, and for good reason. And I hope it stays that way, because I think this can be a really, you know, blockbuster game and something to have a lot of fun with your friends and that they can support for a very long time. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on why I think, you know, Marvel's Avengers is going to be a surprising hit, and why I think we should all stay really hyped. And, you know, a couple of reasons why I'm a little bit reserved. You know, with the live service games, you really want to be careful with microtransactions, you know, pay to power up, stuff like that can be a fine line, and they're really hard to develop for. But with what they've shown so far and the confidence and how the beta does have so many game modes and things to test out, I think they're confident in the game for all the right reasons. And I really hope that this ends up being one of the titles I play for 6 months, a year, maybe a couple of years, you know, that you can hit up with your friends and jump in and have some fun, but also has in-depth customization that keeps you coming back. So it's exciting. And I really didn't see this coming, and I hope as gamers we can really enjoy this. Hope you have a great, wonderful day, and I'm out of here. Peace!